All right, I'm joined right now in Split 2 by Blaber, who just had a victorious 2-0 match against Team Liquid. Riot has very conveniently put out these tables for the Spirit Blossom event happening, so now we're actually doing an interview outside at a table.
Lovely.
This coverage brought to you by all of you. All right, Blaber, we were just discussing, and you asked me, are you going to MSI this year? I said yes, and then I asked you if you're going to MSI this year, and you said...
I will be there.
I don't think that's exactly what you said.
No, that's what I said. No, I think that it's kind of a toss-up right now between the top teams. Like, I do think that us and Fly are slightly better than TL and 100, but I don't think that means like if we play bad on the day and they play good on the day, that like we're just gonna win. Like I don't feel like we are that much better than them. And I still think it's gonna be close. Like if you watch the series today, even our series last week against Lion, like even though we didn't practice that much, it was still like you could see that they're not a terrible team, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's just a toss-up, but I think we will be there.
Yeah. Do you, is the league closer in strength to each other than last year?
I would say it's closer in strength than last year. I felt like, I mean, 100 did better than us. You know, they made roads and stuff, but I really felt like last year it was a 3-team league.
Yeah.
Us, Fly, and TL. TL wasn't even a part of that conversation, in my opinion, at the beginning of the split.
Yeah.
Spring, at least. But this split, I do feel like even the middle of the pack teams like Shopify and Lion aren't terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been interesting to see how the shift to like best of threes and fearless and all that stuff has impacted the year. What do you make of the Team Liquid match just now? Because the first game, I was like, okay, this might be a 2-0, and then throughout most of the second game, I was like, yeah, we're gonna get 3-game series. I think at one point in time they had like a 7K gold lead than you, and we're just kind of like handedly beating you guys in all the team fights. And then I think there was just one team fight in your base, and everything shifted after that. What do you make of Team Liquid after having played them like that?
I mean, I think that their draft was pretty hard to play against, to be honest, in game 2.
Yeah.
I think that my champ against Milio feels bad, especially if like they're doing well in lane, which I don't even think Corky Knowledge wins that lane. So they have Prio, and they are really good against, or basically counter my champ, right?
Yeah.
And I think if they didn't have so many bad skirmishes early game, that the game would have been even harder than it was. But I do think after we got the early game lead that we should have been able to win that game. I really think it was, I need to rewatch the game, but like I feel like giving Herald to Ziggs, especially when we're winning, doesn't make any sense. There was a time before Otacon where we just didn't push a single lane. We just did nothing, lost Otacon. I felt like we were playing a bit vegan, I guess, in the game. And I felt like in game 1, 2, we could have pressed harder, but we were so far ahead that we didn't need to in game 1. But I felt like in game 2, we should have. So yeah, to me, the game didn't feel super great, but we came back.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to feel great about it whenever you're losing the majority of the game.
Yeah.
But were you surprised at all? I mean, obviously, I feel like at this point in time, you guys had almost certainly locked the game, but you guys went to Baron at the very end. They were like, screw it, we'll just go to the base.
Yeah.
Was there a moment where you were like, oh God, are we going to like lose right now? Or did you just know like they can't clear the base in time?
No, we were not worried for like a single second, to be honest.
Yeah.
We were just like, I mean, like maybe we were a little confused, but it was just like, we killed their wave.
Yeah.
We knew they had 0 minions, right? And like, even if they kill both Nexus turret, they will never kill our Nexus.
Yeah.
Right? Because it takes a while to kill the tower.
Yeah.
So we were like, just burst the Baron. We have Baron recall, just base and just fight them. And if we lose that fight, we lose, but we were winning every fight. So we were like, we'll probably just win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that was their assessment as well? Like, oh, we can't beat them at Baron, so let's go do something else? Oh, you have a phone you need, or call you need to take?
No. Just messages. I'm just getting rid of it. What's it called? No, I think so. I mean, I think it's not even about the fight. It's that Skarner used Flash.
Yeah.
So there's no way for him to even contest the Baron. They're just going to look at us while we take the Baron. And if he tries to steal with no Flash, he will just die.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they just can't even steal the Baron.
Yeah. What do you think of the jungle pool this season? And I guess how much has Fearless changed your impressions of like what a jungle pool looks like?
I like the meta right now, personally. I think it's good for me. I think it's there's a lot of farming and a lot of fighting, which I really like. Compared to like Maokai Sedge or Hecarim Udyr. I really didn't like Hecarim Udyr because there was no fighting. There was only farming, right? And other metas like Trundle, Poppy, there's only fighting, no farming, right? So for me, there's both right now, and I really like that. So yeah, I mean, also once we didn't get to play a single best of 5 in the first split.
Yeah.
Now, like, we're guaranteed to play one.
Yes.
I think 2 actually.
Yes.
So I'm really excited for that, and hopefully I can pull out some pocket picks.
Yeah. Do you feel like, I mean, I've had this conversation with a couple pro players before, but like, I assume you feel like Fearless doesn't really do too much until you start to get to Game 4, Game 5.
Yeah, I feel like the game, like the champs that you're playing, are all meta champs.
Yeah.
Right. Like you might not get like a Corki versus Tristan every game, like before meta, but I feel like you will still get other meta champs that aren't like you've never seen them before.
Right.
You know what I mean? So for me, it's like until all the normal champs are out, then you might start seeing like the more random picks.
Yeah.
Unless you have a player that likes the random picks in general, like Whippo, for example, then you'll see them from Game 2, maybe even Game 1.
Yeah. Is that something you want to do? Do you have like a bunch of random picks that you're sitting there being like, I can't wait till Game 4 so I can lock this in?
Nah, I wouldn't say that I'm that type of player.
Yeah.
I like playing OP champs. So, I mean, I like Fearless more than like the normal drafting.
Yeah.
But I'm also just a player who, like, if something's OP, it's more fun for me to play. Like,
Yeah.
I get on, I kill everyone. Like, when I was playing the Fury, I ult in, I one-shot everyone.
Yeah.
Like, that's so much more fun than, like, playing some random jungler like Fiddlesticks.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, at least for me. So
Yeah.
I like being OP.
Yeah.
But once they're out, I don't mind playing other champs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did kind of also want to just ask you what you think of the other junglers in the LTA right now, LTA North, because we've been playing now for several months of the year, so I'm assuming you have like a pretty good assessment of where everybody stands. Are there any that impress you? Do you think there are any that are better than you or a rival to you?
No, I mean honestly, right now I think I'm the best in the league. That's how I feel from just playing the game.
Yeah.
But I do think that Inspired is also very good. But to be honest, besides me and Inspired, I don't feel like the other junglers are very, very good.
Yeah.
I think they're not bad. Like I think River, Umti, Contracts these days, even like what's it called, Audi. Like I think they have good moments. They play well,
Yeah.
but they can play well. But I don't feel like anything special. Yeah.
Does Inspired have any strengths that you feel like you lack?
Yeah, Inspired makes a lot less mistakes than me.
Okay.
I would say that that's like his biggest strength.
More consistent.
He's very consistent.
Yeah.
And I think I've gotten pretty consistent these days, to be honest. But yeah, it's very rare that you'll be catching Inspired like killing himself.
Yeah. And would you say it's rare that people will be catching you doing that?
Nah, like I don't. I mean, I would say it's rare.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to make it rare.
Yes.
But like, I would say that it definitely happens to me. Like
Yeah.
last week, for example, I was playing Lilia. I took the Rift Herald into the tower, killed myself, and gave the enemy team third Drake for like no reason.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What happens in those moments? What's like the Blaber brain breakdown of a moment like that? Are you just like, oh, I can make a
I
good
still
play
have
here?
fine. I still have fine.
Okay.
I was like, I get a like 800 HP shield or 500 HP shield. No way they kill me. You know, if
Yeah.
I hit the Rift Herald into the tower, then I spawn Void Mites and it does more damage.
Yeah.
So if they can't kill me, like why wouldn't I do it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then yeah, it was terrible.
It's terrible. All right. Well, anything you want to say to any of the C9 fans out there?
Yeah, thanks for supporting us. I think this is the split that we win. It's been a while. I think 2 years now, almost, since we've won. So hopefully we win this one.
Oh, actually, I do have a question. We had a caller on Hotline League this week that was like, oh, I'm worried that if C9 doesn't win soon, they will lose Blaber. And I know you're not going to be like, yes, I've been scouting other teams and preparing my next move, but I guess, how much has it weighed on you that you guys haven't won in a bit?
I don't really care,
Yeah?
to be honest. Like, I care for me personally,
Yeah.
but I don't think of that as like C9's fault or something.
Right.
I've been with C9 through so many roster changes. Like, I mean, everyone knows my mid laner changes every year,
Yes.
right? So I've been through so many roster changes with C9, and I just like it here
Yeah.
at C9. I enjoy the environment. So even if we're not winning, like, I mean, I feel comfortable here.
Yeah.
So I've never really thought about that.
All right. Very good. Thank you so much for the interview. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of my coverage of all things LTA right here on my YouTube channel. Real quick, before you click away, I know you're going to click away because now you're at the end and you're like, okay, I can go do something else. No, I wanted to ask you, you don't even have to spend any money. Just follow me on social media. I'm bleeding followers because it's just, that's where League of Legends is these days. You can follow me on Blue Sky, by the way. I know some people want Blue Sky instead of Twitter. There's I don't know if you know, there's a political rift going on in our country and people are picking social medias. Either way, I'm on both. So please follow me on Twitter or Blue Sky or Instagram. I'll have some Instagram followers and in LA, you can't get dates if you don't have a big following. So that's cool. You can also become a member of the YouTube channel for just $2.99 And if you do get access to exclusive members-only videos, you can make me talk about things sometimes I don't really want to talk about.